So this was a great race with Bob. He did his, well, I think you'll see what happens here in a few laps. I'm on hard tires. I started on hard tires. I wanted to give this a shot since I was in first, and I can usually get away pretty quick, but I have a hard time with hards in the second half of the race. So you'll see me jump around a little bit to different drivers. I just want you to get a overall sense of where everyone is at and how spread out this field is. And by me and Bob working together, we were able to push ahead by quite a bit. So I've seen this done with the higher tier drivers. So I wanted to try this myself, and I wanted to get away a little bit if I could. And here you see Bob in his Corvette keeping up. Did a pretty good job overall. Very respectful driver. Drove hard, pushed me a little bit too, which I really appreciated. So we were very respectful to each other. But I think after the first couple of laps, I tried to give him a couple opportunities. You'll see coming up to pass me and go ahead and take the lead, because I was just going to push him anyway. The Supra on this track has a higher top end speed than most of the cars, but the Corvette, as with a couple of the other cars, the Corvette can keep up. So Bob kept up pretty well. Obviously, he drives that car. I was very surprised actually that he kept up, but he did. And we're coming around. This is the end of the first lap here, and we got through pretty well. So Bob also is keeping up. Bob never really got more than a second behind. I don't even think he crossed like 0.8 of a second. So you'll see the field kind of spreading out here a little bit, and we're crossing it. I'm back in the driver's seat just to show you kind of what it kind of feels like here. Switch back to Bob. Bob is on it. I went a little bit wide. It's a problem with the hards on the actual lap. So I was there. And I think Bob may have figured out at this point that I may be on hards, but I still had pace. So he was going to fight me a little bit. I don't like fighting on the hards at all. They run a little bit slower. So we keep going here, and Bob is going to stick right with us. He takes a wide line in here with the Corvette. That's actually what the Corvette does. It was very interesting rewatching this replay to see him do this. So we're going to come out of here. I shift down to 1, back up to 2 and 3, and I'm on it. But at the same time, Bob is still right with us. Now, if you look in Bob's rear view at the top right, you'll see our competition kind of fading back a little bit. And obviously, I scroll back here just so you can see. He's that far behind us that he can't. That going on the corner, he can't see us, and only just now are we coming into his vision. So me and Bob are, kind of doing a thing. Bob hits the brakes a little bit early to let me go, but gets a great run, actually. I forgot about that. Yeah, so he got a great run on us and gave us a little tap to push us. And at this point, I'm thinking, listen, if you want to go ahead and go. But I saw that in the background because of this. We're kind of fighting a little bit. So I go ahead and try to get behind Bob, but I had a little bit too much speed, so I stayed on the side a little bit. Had a little drag race down. I figured this is my opportunity to try and give it to him. Give him the lead so that he could go ahead and take that. I was going to be able to push him. So this is what we're going to do. Bob is going to take the lead. Bob had a little bit of pace, which he showed me over the first 2 laps. So Bob's going to lead, and you see how that gave everyone else time to kind of catch up. So my plan is to stick with Bob as close as possible. So we're running almost kind of side by side, and this will happen for a couple of laps. But me and Bob are right behind each other, and I'm just mashing it because I'm trying to make sure I stay as close to him as possible. So when we get out of the last U-turn, going back onto the wide and long corner. So this turn here, me and Bob, Bob comes out really well. I do too. I don't think I actually get real close to him until we get back to the bus stop. But as he goes, I'm still with him, and I know that the Supra also, with the slipstream, can go pretty well. Now, I think the car behind me was about 1.067 behind, so they were close, but I was still on the gas faster, than the guy behind me, and I still had to slipstream to Bob, who still had great pace. So I'm scooching up to Bob, and we're gaining a little bit of time on the people behind us. And out of this, I believe I had an okay run. I think I had an okay run here, and you'll see the slipstream kind of working. And I wanted to show you this driver's view. So there, they fell behind a little bit. Me and Bob got out of that. So these guys, you can see, are having problems with the bus stop at the end and the first chicane going into. So here you'll see me give Bob the first tap. And I don't know if it happened again or happened previous, but that tap was to let him know, hey, we gotta go. So there's another tap you'll see, and I just kind of stay behind him, and we weave back a little bit, but we're just checking these braking zones when you're going so fast. So another good run here. We pull away a little bit, as you can see that from the previous lap. We did pull away, managed to pull away a little bit. There's another view of it. So as long as we get out of here, we got a great chance, because we're faster getting out of the corners in there than them. I think me and him probably both were the only two people on the track who had traction control off. Just how we were getting away at the end of every corner. So I'm still behind him. I'm chilling on the hard tires. The fact that I can stay with him on the hards, I was pretty sure he was on mediums, but I'm not sure, because you'll see at the end. You'll see what happens at the end. But I think I had a good run out of here. I'm so inconsistent on that corner sometimes. Yeah, I think I had a good run here. I think I'm going to be able to get a tap in before we even get down. Here I go, swapping back, so you can see me and him both got out again, way in front. I'm going to have a run on him, and here's fourth place. Back to third, and then me again. So no, I did not get a bump on him, I don't think, at all. So that gave me a good run into the chicane, the bus stop. And we're out of there. And I think this gave me a great run on him. Yeah, this did. So I think we're going to get 2 taps in. And by this time, I think we've had, 3 taps without trying to pass at all. And he can see me coming in his rear view. He can see me just bearing down on him. That's what the Supra does on this track. So I believe, yes, I go into the pits here. I think that was the end of lap 5. So I'm going to give myself 5 on the mediums. And I'm just showing you here, Bob is taking another one around in the Corvette, as number 2 is heading into the first corner. And I still haven't hit the pitch yet. So I think the pit stop is a little over 30 seconds. Maybe it's like 20 seconds. Anyway, because I'm going to show you this here. So I'm coming out. I was, very close, less than half a second behind Bob. So I'm out here. I come out in third. So I think I'm going to scroll up here to show you where everyone else is at, and if I can keep these if I can get these mediums up to speed here. So this is pretty sure this is Bob here that I'm showing you, and I'm showing you this to show you where I'm at. No, this is Bob. This is Bob, and the other one was second place. So Bob is heading into the bus stop. Second place is about to head into the bus stop, but 5 seconds behind him. 3-4 seconds. So they're coming out of the bus stop, and where am I at? Yeah, he's heading around for, I think they're going to go into the pits now, which means that, yeah, so now I'm going into the bus stop. So this is going to mean that me and Bob are going to probably meet right after the pit stop. So, two, also going into the pits. So it's going to be me and Bob coming out. And I think my plan is going to work here. What I tried to do was, obviously, like, I was on hards. I don't want to fight that much. So what I will fight you on is when I get my mediums on. So we're coming around and Bob should be coming out. So I'm going to show you that. Yep, it's going to be pretty tight here. But I think I had a good run on my hards on my outlap. So I'm coming around. Third is struggling a little bit. I'm not worried about him. I'm just showing you kind of where everyone else is at. And as I come around, me and Bob, so Bob should be on the hards. We're right next to each other, neck and neck. My mediums just had a lap warm up. And we're going to dance a little bit here. Now, as you noticed, there were a few times that I was able to get nudges in on Bob, but what had happened during the first lap and a half is I realized Bob can't get a run on me. He may get close, but he was never close enough to really give me a bump draft. So I think what he did was he took the smart route and realized what happened in the first half of the race, which is what I was planning, and saw that if he led, I was going to, so he had to snap back, because I think I don't know what happened there with my braking, but he was running up on me a little bit, so he had to snap back a little bit. So Bob realized that probably, like, he was with me for 2 whole laps, and then I pushed him for another 3. Gave him nudges without trying to pass. So I think Bob is content he knows that he can stick with me. He knows I'm not going to be a jerk, do something stupid. He trusts me, and he's going to follow me around. And it's going to be exactly what I wanted, which was, hey, I will give you a tow around this entire track. We'll pull away from everybody else, and we can battle on the last lap, and I'll give you the draft. And we see what you got. So just wanted to show you there's a battle for third, obviously the last podium spot, but Bob I don't think he ever gives me a bump draft. I don't think he ever touches me. Yeah, this is the closest he gets. No, yeah, not even there. The Supra would have gotten a touch in with that. So I don't think he believes that he can actually now I wanted to keep him there. I don't think I really tried to pull away. He was nice, man. He surprised me a little bit. So props to Bob. It's obviously why I made this video. This was some great racing at the front. It was cool finally to see that, some people aren't all what's the word? Just, they want to win so bad that they'll, knock you off track. So the plan worked. Me and Bob were definitely faster than third and fourth. So there was no real issue here. I think I'm showing you third so that you can see me and Bob already going around the corner. They're pretty, they're battling for that last spot pretty hard. So this is fifth, and back up to fourth, and then third, and then me and Bob are already about to get out of the road track area and head back out onto the oval. So here's me. I think this was good by me here coming out. So I didn't give Bob real good. I didn't want him to really think that he had a chance. So I think on this corner I did a pretty decent job of getting out. It was a great turn, good braking into the corner. So it was nice, and you can see in the rear view how far back he is. So we're gonna do a nice break into the bus stop, and I think this was still nice. Yeah, because he had been getting runs on us, but again we had the hard. So this was cool coming out of here, and I think on this next lap there's a little small incident that happens where there was kind of a test, and it was good of him because people fail this test a lot, and it's the test to see if you're willing to run somebody off the track. Now I still had position. I think I lost control. I'm not sure if it's here or the next lap. Yeah, I think it is here. Yeah, I get a little bit out of control. Bob nudges me, hits on the brakes. Props to Bob. He knew, and it was cool because we had run such a good race up until this point. Look how much space we've put between the others, that I think he would have rather, like he understood what was going to happen, and that was that me and him were going to come down, and it was going to be an engine race down to the final lap. I don't think this is the final lap. Actually, I think it is. This is the last lap here. So cool of him to do that on the last lap, make sure that we're cool. But I think I gave him a little bit. Yes, I treated him to a slow getaway so that we could have a good run down to the exit, because it was a great race. I just wanted it to end on a great note, and you'll see how it ends here.